God's Love We Deliver putting together its winter feast meals to help people who are too sick to shop or too sick to cook for themselves. Volunteers will prepare thousands of pounds of beef and fish and vegetables to deliver over the holidays. Roger's at God's Love headquarters in Soho this morning. Hi, Roger.
Yeah, Pat, it's already hopping here. You know, they're here very early. All the chefs here working on things like kasher vanishkas and rutabagas and cooking. Volunteers on their way to start doing more cooking. And, you know, in a way, me and you, since we've been in New York One, have seen this organization grow, starting with this building here on Spring Street and 6th Avenue. It was a smaller building. Then they had to move to Brooklyn while they renovated and expanded it. Now they've expanded this, and they're still expanding. Indeed, they've been helping folks in the city almost 35 years.
These volunteers are busy putting together and packing some of the 8,000 Winter Feast holiday meals that God's Love We Deliver is preparing. All are destined for New Yorkers with life-altering illnesses.
We really try to make everything special so nobody feels alone, and then we send everybody not only their holiday meal, but one for a guest, so nobody has to be alone when they celebrate whatever their holiday is.
It's a busy time of year for the organization, founded in 1985. It started with one woman bringing food to a man living with AIDS, too sick to cook for himself.
We are now serving over 8,000 people a year, 1.9 million meals, all tailored for the person who's going to be getting them, to make sure it's the right food for that person's medical conditions.
And God's Love's impact in the community continues to be on the rise, growing close to 10% a year. At God's Love, they say, food is medicine, and they deliver it with love. Senior sous chef Andre DeKeegan says they strive to make sure the food tastes delicious too.
And that is our number one, objective. It's like anytime we put anything on the plate, is it good enough for my family to eat?
God's Love relies heavily on its volunteers. 17,000 lend a hand over the course of a year, including Evan Schwartz, who's volunteered for 26 years. He started during the AIDS crisis, inspired by a visit to a friend who had AIDS.
He got his meal from God's Love, looked at the meal and said, this meal is what's going to let me die at home. And as I was on the line, and all these years, each of these meals I walk, as it comes by, I look at it and say, each of these meals could be as important to the person who's getting it as that meal was to him.
Yeah, listening to Evan's story, going back to the 90s, and he told me that his social life back then was either going to hospitals to visit friends who had AIDS or to memorial services. So just, whoa, when he told me that, it's unbelievable. So even more reason, let's go and help out. And they make it very easy, Pat. It's glwd.org/celebrate with a plate. You could donate $20, really easy, and that buys a meal for somebody and for someone so they can eat with somebody else and not be alone on the holiday. So really amazing stuff.
Let's make it happen today. All right, Roger.